idea of this poem. And the central idea is what? Serenity.
It's the deepest meaning of the text. The central idea is the deepest meaning of
We agree. Oh, thank you, Oscar.
I'd like to go down to what Serenity said. The central idea is both the literal meaning and the deepest meaning of the text.
Thank you. So it's both what we reach on the surface as well as what it more deeply means for us, for society as a whole, correct? So the poem we're going to read today, we are going to look and see if we can find some connections if it brings into mind anything that we've already read during this unit. So our CFS for today is everyone's involved in the discussion. Our discussion stays on topic, and that we support our opinions with evidence from the text. Are we all clear? Perfect. This text is complex. So there are going to be several words that you may not be familiar with. I will be explaining them, and we will chunk it. We won't read the whole thing at once because it is difficult at a 10th grade level. Okay? So we are reading from page 30 in our anthology. The title of the poem is The Hangman. What do we think the poem is going to be about? Anna?
I'm not sure, but I think the poem's going to be
Not about.
I'm not sure, but I think the poem's going to be about a man that just grabs people's memories and abuse them.
Possible. Okay. Yes, sir.
I think the poem will be about someone being hung up to a tree.
Fair enough. Well, let's begin reading and take a look. The Hangman. Into our town the hangman came, smelling of gold and blood and flame. And he paced our bricks with a diffident air and built his frame on the courthouse square. Now, we're going to take, sometimes we'll take more than one stanza, but right now we're going to stop this first stanza and take a look, okay? And already, so this is what the courthouse square will look like, right? Right in the center of town, where everyone can see. Sir? Okay. Now, we've been talking about prefixes, yes? So what do we think the word diffident means? Diffident. Different. Diff is the prefix. Do you know another word that ends with fident? Confident. So if the prefix diff means the opposite, right, of confident, then the opposite of confident would be unconfident, right? Now, it's interesting that they chose to use that word, and you'll understand why as we continue to read. But remember, we talked about first impressions, right? So, into our town the hangman came, smelling of gold and blood and flame, and he paced our bricks with a diffident air and built his frame on the courthouse square. The scaffold stood by the courthouse side, only as wide as the door was wide, a frame as tall or little more than the cap and steel of the courthouse door. This platform at the bottom is the scaffold, and that's what the scaffold would look like. So they're saying it's not very tall, right? It's not very big. So it's not very imposing. Yes?
Well, it's not very tall because isn't that thing like it doesn't drop?
So yes, they would stand there on that platform initially, right? And that is called the scaffold. So the scaffold stood by the courthouse side, only as wide as the door was wide, a frame as tall or little more than the cap and seal of the courthouse door. So again, something not very big, not something very huge, not something very imposing or very scary initially, right? And he came in not confident, he came in kind of weak, right, and reserved and quiet, right? But it says here, let's look at line 2, smelling of gold and blood and flame. What do you think smelling of gold and blood and flame? What do you think gold would symbolize? Wealth. And what comes with wealth and money? Power. Okay. So we've got, he comes in with power and blood. What do we think, Sahana?
I think the logical sense that he probably wants to take over the town. I think the reference of blood means that he probably is going to kill people to show that he wants to take over the town.
So you think blood signifies killing people? That's reasonable because he is the hangman, right? So what about flame? What does flame signify? Deshaun.
I'm not sure, but I think that means he's going to burn people who don't like good underneath or go for him.
Do we agree? Do we disagree? Okay. Raison, what do you think? Loud and proud, please. So remember, my question was, what does it symbolize? Symbolize means it's not the literal meaning, right? But what does it bring to mind? How many of you have younger brothers or sisters? What do your parents tell them about the stove, about the fireplace?
It's hot.
So it's hot, it is therefore dangerous. So he comes in representing power, death, and danger. Let's go back to stanza 3, line 9. And we wondered whenever we have the time, who the criminal, what the crime, that the hangman judged with a yellow twist of knotted hemp in his busy fist. So knotted hemp is simply this rope. The rope was made of hemp, you put a knot in it to create the noose. Okay? And innocent though we were with dread, we passed those eyes of buckshot lead, till one cried, "Hangman, who is he from whom you raised the gallows tree?" Buckshot lead is a kind of bullet. It's small, dark, and it's a bullet, therefore it is dangerous, right? So his eyes bring that to mind. We pass those eyes of buckshot lead. So his eyes are small, dark, and dangerous, right? Till one cried, "Hangman, who is he for whom you raised the gallows tree?" And that's just the hanging mechanism, right? Then a twinkle grew in his buckshot eye, and he gave a riddle instead of reply. "He who serves me best," said he, "shall earn the rope on the gallows tree." So in stanzas 3 and 4, what is happening? Listen one more time. And we wondered whenever we had the time, who the criminal, what the crime, that the hangman judged with the yellow twist of knotted hemp in his busy fist. And innocent though we were with dread, we passed those eyes of buckshot red, till one cried, "Hangman, who is he from whom you raised the gallows tree?" So I want you to look at those two stanzas, and at your table, I want you to have a conversation about what exactly information are they seeking in those two stanzas. What is happening in those two stanzas? Person in seat 1, I want you to start the conversation, and then we'll move on, okay? We're going to have about 3 minutes. Your time starts now.
That they think I was free and that you went evil and you chose power to kill people and that they saw how he looked and sounds like to kill him. I respectfully disagree because it says his eyes are buckshot. Yeah, that's what his eyes. What is that? It means that that's what his eyes look like. He has like fear in his eyes. Oh, so they're wondering what was his crime? Because he was one buckshot legs, yeah, buckshot eyes. For whom he raised. So maybe he looks like a criminal, and he has like characteristics that agrees his eyes are raised. So they think he's a criminal, but they don't know what his crime is because he hasn't done anything yet. So maybe he's like the man who cried out, who are new to him, he's talking about why are you here and why are you like trying to kill us, and they're all innocent and they didn't do anything. He's just trying to tackle them down. He's trying to bring money as so I would say, I believe that or talk about is like if you do a crime and if there's no man.
So let's look at stanzas 3 and 4. And we wonder whenever we have the time, who was we? So the people in the town. The people in the town are wondering, okay? Because as I'm walking around listening, I don't think you understand which perspective this part of the stanza is coming from. And we wondered whenever we had the time who the criminal, what the crime. So what are they wondering? What are the people of the town wondering? Brielle.
I think they're wondering who they're going to hang and what they did.
Thank you. Now, as I'm walking around, that's not what I'm hearing. Right? I'm hearing people saying things like, well, they don't know what the hangman did. The hangman didn't do anything. The hangman is there to punish, they assume, a criminal, right? He's not the criminal. So, and we wonder whenever we have the time, who's the criminal, what's the crime, that the hangman judged. He's the one there to judge those who are guilty, okay? With the yellow twist of not a hemp in his busy fit. And innocent though we were, so telling the person we haven't done anything, right? With dread, we passed those eyes of buckshot red. So even though I haven't done anything, just the fact that he's here makes me nervous, makes me scared, because I don't know who he's after or what they've done, right? Till one cried, so someone finally asked him, hangman, who is he for whom you raised the gallows tree? So why are you here? Who's the person that you came to hang? Okay? Who are you here to pass judgment on? That was the question. So let's continue reading line 17. Then a twinkle grew in his buckshot eye, and he gave a riddle instead of a reply. So instead of him just giving them a clear answer, he's like, figure it out. And he gave a riddle instead of reply. He who serves me best, said he, shall earn the rope on the gallows tree. And he stepped down and laid his hand on a man who came from another land. And we breathed again, for another's grief at the hangman's hand was our relief. So they asked him, who are you here for? He doesn't give them a clear answer, he gives them a riddle. He who serves me best shall earn the rope on the gallows. Now in our classroom, who serves me best? Antonia. She is my assistant. She does those things I don't have time to do, right? She speaks on my behalf. She takes care of the business of our classroom, right? She represents me. She assists me in those things that I need to accomplish. So if I'm going to punish someone, am I going to punish her? But he said, he who serves me best. Keep that in mind as we continue reading, okay? And he stepped down and laid his hand on a man who came from another land. And we breathed again for another's grief. At the hangman's hand was our relief. So he came from another land. Is he one of us? So maybe if he's not one of us, it's not so bad, right? It's not my neighbor, it's not my friend, it's not my sister, it's not my cousin, it's not my seatmate, it's not my team member. And we breathed again. So we breathed a sigh of relief, right? Because they're nervous, they're holding their breath. But it's just that guy from somewhere else, so. It's okay, right?
No.
No? They seem to think so. Line 25, and the gallows frame on the courthouse lawn by tomorrow's sun will be struck and gone. So we gave him way, and no one spoke, out of respect for his hangman's cloak. And the gallows frame on the courthouse lawn by tomorrow's sun will be struck and gone. What do those two lines say? I'm going to have to pull out the sticks, because I only heard, I see Sahana, Sahana, Sahana. Miss Attica.
I believe these two lines are saying that the person who the hangman's going to hang, he's not going to be alive by tomorrow. I think that's what it's saying.
Go back and look, and the gallows frame on the courthouse lawn by tomorrow's sun will be struck and gone. So is it speaking about the man who he is going to execute? I'll get you.
I'm not sure, but
Loud and proud.
I'm not sure, but I think that he's gonna take the thing away by tomorrow.
Right, so they're saying, well, he's trying to kill the man who's from another land, and then it'll be gone. He'll be gone. He'll be done. His business will be over. He'll be out of our town.
But I think that the human is
Loud and proud.
But I think that the human is probably not good.
No, we'll keep reading. Line 29. The next day's sun looked mildly down on roof and streets in our quiet town, and stark and black in the morning air, the gallows tree on the courthouse square. So Sahana says she didn't think he was going to leave, did he?
No.
No, it's still there. And the hangman stood at his usual stand with the yellow hemp in his busy hand, with his buckshot eye and his jaw like a pike. A pike is a predatory fish. He has very large, sharp teeth and a pointed snout. So he's just looking predatory, like he's looking, what is a predator, right? One who seeks and hunts prey, right? So he's looking like he's looking for somebody else to hang. With his buckshot eye and his jaw like a pike and his air so knowing and businesslike. So he's not emotional. He's not like, oh, I'm so angry, I'm going to kill somebody. This is just what I do. This is my business. I hang people. He goes about his business like I go about mine. I'm a teacher. I come to school and I teach. He's a hangman. He goes to work and he hangs people. And we cried, hangman, have you not done yesterday with the alien one? What is an alien? So we believe that he's talking about a person from outer space. Let's take about 20 seconds think time. Just give yourself 20 seconds think time. Show me when you're ready to give me a reasonable, thought-out answer. Amina.
I think he's talking about the person who comes from a different land.
A person who comes from a different land, right? Because what do we call people who come here? Who come here illegally? We call them what? Illegal aliens. Because they come from another place. They don't come from outer space. They just are not from here, right? So they say, hangman, have you not done yesterday with the alien one? Then we fell silent and stood amazed. Oh, not for him was the gallows raised. So what is he saying right there? talk to your table group, tell your people at your table what you think that means.
I think it says that on the that means he was here to
Yes, I agree with Logan's. I like what she said because he's also saying that they're not going to he's not the one like to heal and to find I would say about those two sentences is that he's not gonna hang him because I think he did some. I think he he changed his mind to not like hang him for something. I think he's like gonna let him go and start exploring. But like when we go to like use sentences, he might be going.
He wasn't the person that you grabbed or took.
The person you mean by the person that you raised?
During the story, did he like grab the alien? I think he was just probably using him to get answers out of him.
So you just did kill him. Interesting, that was perspective.
He wanted to see his mind.
Then he felt silence and settlement. I think like he's gonna